think we need to talk about the elephant in the room. Not you, Boris. I thought you moved out. The footage you're seeing today has been recorded on my phone. This is due to only owning the Switch Lite, so I'm sorry in advance. Hello, you sexy biscuits, and welcome into The Witcher 3 for the Nintendo Switch. In today's video, we're going to be talking about whether you should buy this for the Nintendo Switch. Also, should you buy a Switch just for this game? But I'm not going to tell you now because I need the watch time. So yesterday, The Witcher 3 released, and I did an unboxing video looking at everything that you got inside the box, and I was blown away by the quality of the stuff that you actually get with this game. It does cost $52.99 in the UK in-game, but you can also buy it digitally for £50. The game takes up 32 gigabytes of your storage, and if I remember correctly, that's all the Nintendo Switch comes with, so I would recommend buying an SD card. I'm gonna say it right now, I've been absolutely addicted to this game since I started playing it yesterday. It's a bit controversial, but I could never get into The Witcher 3. Whether it was the combat or the fact it was third person, I don't know. But I just couldn't connect with Geralt as a character. That's mainly because I haven't ever played the other games. So in a very rare instance, I'm kind of new to The Witcher 3. I did start a Let's Play recently, which I was enjoying, but I will say I have been blown away by this Switch version of the game. And I'm going to say right now, I would rather play this version than any other. But you may be thinking, I can play this game at 4K at 144 Hz with all the graphical mods in the world. Why would I want to play it on the Nintendo Switch? Because this game is almost perfect for this system. What I did yesterday was I did a couple of side quests, and I would then put the Switch down for about 20 minutes, then come back to it and do a couple more side quests. All of these side quests are incredibly in-depth, and I enjoyed every single minute of it. What's that? You got 10 spare minutes? Well, why don't you go into the local forest and find some stuff for alchemy? This game really works as a portable game. Now, I do not have the ability to play this on my TV, so yes, this is a fully portable game for me right now. And the fact that the Nintendo Switch can run this game as well as it does blows my mind. So I want to talk about graphics, because graphics are something that I've seen quite a lot of comments about. How downgraded is this game? There are two ways to explain this. The first way is imagine The Witcher 3 on Xbox 360. That's basically what it looks like. If it had run on the 360, that's what it would look like. Also, PC. Get your PC copy, set everything to low, and bonanza. There you go, you've got The Witcher 3 Switch version. Now, do you notice this on the Switch Lite screen? No. No, you don't. The game looks bloody fantastic. Sure, the textures aren't as high quality as PC, but they wouldn't be. The lighting alone is fantastic. Here are a couple of pictures I took last night of the sunset in the game. Yeah, like, these are beautiful shots. I love the color of the sky. You've got your purples and oranges mixing together and creating this perfect sunset. This also goes for sunrises. They also look fantastic. Here is a close-up of Geralt, so you can see kind of how the skin looks, how the textures of the clothes look. This game looks great, and I'm personally in love with it right now. If you had told me a year ago that the Nintendo Switch could run The Witcher, I would say, no. But it does, and I don't know how they did it. Is it witchcraft? Possibly. Maybe. But what I will say is that this is well worth buying. So another thing that I've seen people talking about is text. How does the text look? I can't play it on a screen this small. That's ridiculous. If you are okay with the PlayStation Vita, if you're able to play something like, let's say, Persona 4, then you're not going to have any issue here. The Switch is higher resolution than even the PS Vita was. And I think the screens are actually slightly bigger, especially if you look at the normal Switch. So yeah, there is absolutely no issue here with text. So if you are staying away from this game because of that fact, then don't. Seriously, it's not an issue. Now, ever since I got my new monitor, I've been used to playing games at 144 Hz. So stepping back down to 30 and sometime mid-20s is a bit weird, but I will say the frame rate doesn't drop when you think it would. I thought it was going to be dropping any time you walked into a town centre, kind of like Kingdom Come Deliverance. If you're walking into a place that's a very heavy CPU load, you expect it to drop, but that's not the case. I think the biggest drops I've seen have been in cutscenes, of all things. So it does not affect gameplay. I've had multiple characters on screen, you're going to see that in this video. I was fighting some pirates near the end of this video, and I had no issue at all with frame rate. I would say it sticks around 30, 29, 28 FPS. So there is seriously no worry about performance here. Is it a step down from the PC version in that aspect? Definitely, of course it is, but you won't notice on this screen. The Switch Lite I'm playing on right now has a higher pixel density, so this game looks sharp, it looks crisp. If you were to play it on a TV using the standard Switch, yes, you would notice some issues. Of course, you're going to be stretching it out to whatever size your TV is, and it's not going to look great. So what I would recommend doing is playing this game portably, because that is where this game shines. So this game does come with every single piece of DLC on the cartridge. That's mind-blowing in its own right. Yes, this comes with everything, so this actually has more than I currently have for my PC version, because I only have, I think, the Blood and Wine DLC on my PC version, so this Switch version is actually better than the version I've got on my PC. Now for this video, I was actually using a GameCube controller to control the game, because you try putting your Switch on a desk, try and get the tripod set up without moving the Switch by accident. It's really difficult. So I ended up plugging in a Switch-specific GameCube controller with a USB port. I ended up plugging in a USB-C to USB-A, I think, adapter, which allowed me to plug it straight into my system, and that works. So if you're worrying about controllers and stuff, every official Nintendo controller will work with this. There's absolutely no worry about that. Is it worth the price? Yes. It's 150 hours worth at least of content here, and multiple playthroughs. I've experienced stuff for the first time on PC, and playing back on the Switch version, I decided to take a different path with my dialogue choices, and the difference, even in a small choice. So for an example, I was in a bar and some people tried to start a fight with me. I kicked their butts. I'm going to be honest, I kicked their butts, and in the cutscene that played later, that showed. Also, I had major consequences for doing that later on in the game. Whole pieces of content were cut off to me because I made that small decision. So on the Switch version, I decided not to start a fight. I decided to say, hey, let's have a drink, calm down, and the difference is incredible, and that was one small choice. This game could last you hundreds of hours. So do I recommend buying this game from the Nintendo Switch? Yes. If you own it for all of the consoles and PC, maybe not. But if you only own it for one system, maybe you only own it on PC or you only own it on console, then yeah, I'd recommend it. Also, would I recommend buying a Nintendo Switch just for this game? Yes, 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 and yes. This is one of those games I think people have been sat on the fence, not knowing if they'd enjoy Breath of the Wild or Super Mario Odyssey, which are all great games, but I think this is such a well-known game aside from Nintendo that this may start bringing people over. And I hope it does, because they're going to be getting a fantastic experience for not only the price, but just they're going to be getting The Witcher 3 on the go. And I've got to say, this really opened my eyes to this game. I wasn't that invested before now. And playing it on the Switch this last day has really pulled me in. I've been so intrigued with the quests, the storyline, the characters, way more than I was before. And this has just helped me kind of understand this world and understand this game. And I think that's incredibly important. I think that's really awesome. So if you're playing this game for the first time and you've never played a Witcher game before, Thankfully, it comes with a little guide in the physical edition that kind of gives you a backstory of almost every character, main character at least. So you kind of get to know everyone. So that is very useful, and I think you could play this game without knowing the other games. I'm personally going to be going back and playing The Witcher 1 and 2, just because I want to know kind of a bit more about the characters I'm interacting with, and I think I'll be more pulled into the world once I know that. I mean, I've heard the name Triss before, but I have no idea who she is. So this is a whole new thing. I'm almost about to meet her in my current game on my Switch, so that's going to be interesting. But yes, I really love the characters I've met so far, and I think that the fact that this is in the palm of your hand or in your pocket is crazy. I'd like to thank you for watching today's video. I know this has been a bit different, and the quality may not be as high, I suppose, as a normal video, but I decided to record my voice separately. I did record this video originally, recording just the screen and having my voice come from my phone microphones, and it didn't sound good. So, oh, I forgot sound. Here's how it sounds.
The Emperor's spy. Hendrik was operating incognito in that war-ravaged land. His mission, to gather intelligence about Ciri.
Yeah, not great. Only because the Switch Lite doesn't have the best speakers in the world. The game with headphones on, though, sounds great. You can tell they have kind of compacted the sound files a little bit. So you can tell it doesn't sound as crisp, I would say, as the PC or console versions. But honestly, you won't notice if you're playing in handheld mode. Or even with headphones on. If you've never played the game on any other system, you're not going to notice anyway. So I think the sound is great. Anyway, what are your thoughts? Tell me in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed the footage in the background. Terrible footage, but hopefully it gives you an idea of what the game is. And that's all I really want to kind of get across. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, but until next time, that's me. Out. Bye, guys.